Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 9 Frames Podcast. This is episode 50, and it is Wednesday, November 15th, 2023. I'm Bill Whalen.
And I'm Mike Whalen.
As always, catch us on YouTube at 9 Frames Podcast. Our Spotify's 9 Frames, and our X is at 9 Frames Pod. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, we appreciate the constant support, and the awards week rolls on. But first, we'll get into the little prerequisite, whatever you want to call it, the news.
Yeah, award season is honestly wrapping up now. The last thing will be in December with all MLB team, but the rest of the week we have a couple more to give out. First, we will get into some news around the league.
I wonder why they do that, why they put the all MLB teams so late, as
Very
if the voting
late.
hasn't already stopped. Or something.
Voting's already concluded. Not sure why it's like December 16th when they're giving it out. Weird, but I guess it gives you something to look forward to in the month of December for baseball.
Maybe they're counting the votes for a month, but that's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, definitely. We will get into some news around the league now, and we will start with the New York Mets, who have officially announced Carlos Mendoza as their announcer and had their press conference yesterday.
Yeah, really nice to see. We were listening to it. He's a very well-spoken guy. It seems like he's got a plan in place, and he's up for the challenge of being a big league manager in the New York market, no less, for the first time in your career. That is a big challenge, and obviously we wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, it sounds like he worked really hard in baseball for a lot of years, never got to the big leagues as a player, but now he is here as a manager. Should be very interesting to see how he bounces back with the Mets next year. Another one, new manager, Milwaukee names their bench coach, Pat Murphy, their manager. He gets the promotion after Craig Counsell leaves town.
Yeah, teams... a couple teams have done that. We saw the Astros do it with Joe Espada. They just promoted him. Some organizations just like to keep it internal when it comes to managerial searching, and that's sometimes why they hire a bench coach like that with the plan that if their top guy goes, like Craig Counsell did or Dusty Baker retired, they have a backup in Pat Murphy or Joe Espada to take their place.
Yeah, definitely got to be a comfort thing for the players. They know their guy, Pat Murphy, been around the team. He's been a part of these 90-plus win teams that Counsell was a manager of, so no reason he can't step in and do all the things that he saw Counsell doing on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, he'd been the guy right next to him. I mean, if Counsell was to get ejected, Pat Murphy would be the one that takes over, so he's just taking over full-time.
Yeah, we will see how he does. Milwaukee coming off a division-winning year.
Congratulations to Pat Murphy, by the way. That's a huge job.
Definitely. I'm sure he'll be having his press conference in the coming days or week. Moving it on over to the hot stove now, and we got pitchers. We will start with Aaron Nola. The Atlanta Braves, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the New York Yankees are showing early interest in Nola. What do you think?
I think if we ever do end up making a predictions video, my guess is going to be that Nola goes to St. Louis. I think they need pitching. They're not used to being a last place team, and they were this year. So you got to think they're going to spend money to rebound. With aging veterans like Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado, I mean, you got to go out, and why wouldn't you want to pay a guy like Nola who just looked fantastic in the postseason, and you know what he is in the regular season? I mean, he's a workhorse.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what kind of market he demands. He's been an NL East guy, so I mean, a move over to Atlanta, man, that would be dangerous for the Atlanta rotation.
I mean, it's dangerous for the whole league if the Braves are in the market for spending money.
Definitely.
I mean, a team that had 104 wins, if they're trying to add to that, man, that could really be scary.
We have seen Atlanta's name come up now with Shohei Ohtani, so, man, there is definitely some fear of that happening around the league.
I don't see that ever happening, though, because I don't think they're willing to spend that much money. I mean, Ohtani's going to be like $500 million for one guy, and I just don't see the Braves doing that when they just haven't really done it for their own guys.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Moving it on over to international free agency, Yamamoto from Japan. There are more reports coming in on how the Mets and the Yankees will be very in on him. Haven't heard too many other big teams talking about signing him.
Yeah, and you'd have to think that the Mets have a little bit of an edge. I know it's a different player, but with the comments from Brian Cashman about Giancarlo Stanton, him predicting he's going to get hurt because it's a part of his game, the agent... Joel Wolf, he represents both Stanton and Yamamoto, so that can't be a good look for the Yankees. And then on the other side, I mean, the Mets They just got Senga from Japan last year. They've got good relations with Senga. I mean, he could be a help for them grabbing Yamamoto. So it'd be interesting to see. He's either going to go to New York or New York, it seems, as of right now, unless a team jumps in. But I'm very curious to see what kind of contract he gets.
I feel like it should be probably more than Senga when he
It will be
over
more
here
than
because he
Senga.
is the Cy Young guy over there.
But I'm saying, like, so Senga got 15 a year. I think it's, 5 for 75 or something like that. They're talking about Yamamoto maybe doubling him and getting $30 million a year. I mean, he's a 3-time Cy Young
it's
over
risky,
there.
though.
He's won 3 Triple Crowns in Japan as a
3
pitcher.
Triple Crowns against non-MLB talent, man.
He's still
It's
pretty
always
young,
worrying.
too, though. He's, what is he, 25, 26? I
Yeah.
mean, the kid's got a long career ahead of him, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of contract he gets and where it will be.
Should be interesting to see. It seems like he's New York bound, but that could change at any time.
I could fully see a team like Boston swooping in and joining that
Maybe
race.
Chicago, I see them. as
Something
well.
like that. I don't think it'll be a 2-team race when it comes down to it, but it's looking very likely that he'll land in New York.
Funny to see the Yankees in so many off-season talks directly after that bad quote from Brian Cashman.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. They don't have a choice. I mean, they finished in 4th place. They just spent a ton of money on Judge, so they got to try to add to what they already have and see if they could push.
Yep, very true. Another pitcher on the market here, and the New York Mets, the Boston Red Sox, and the Baltimore Orioles are in on Lucas Giolito.
Yeah, it seems like the Mets are going starting pitcher heavy, which is great to see. That's exactly what I wanted. I don't have worries about the Mets offense.
Is Giolito that much cheaper than Nola right now?
I have no idea. I mean, I saw that Giolito was maybe going to get like $50 to $80 million range. I don't know how many years that is, but
I mean, if
that
the
was
market is similar, you got to think you'd go for Nola,
I
right?
agree fully, but I don't think it will be the similar market. I think Giolito is going to get a little bit less than Nola.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see. It seems like he is, and Nola, seem interested in staying on the East there.
Yeah.
A lot of Eastern teams coming up in these talks.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to pitch for the Mets, Red Sox, or Orioles right now, given, history and market, and for the Orioles, just where they are right now. I mean, they just won 101 games. Why wouldn't you want to play for them?
Yeah, definitely some great franchises there, and we will see where Giolito ends up and follow that story as it continues. Another very interesting story that came out yesterday, it is widely expected that the Tampa Bay Rays will move Tyler Glasnow this offseason.
Yeah.
Or Jeff Passan.
Which is, I mean, he's got 1 year left, $25 million for next year. The problem with Glasnow is that he gets hurt so often. It's like every year he gets hurt.
Yeah, he's got that electric arm, but it just doesn't hold up for that long run of the MLB season.
Yeah, when he pitches, man, he can look really, really good.
You know that a team is going to call about him. It should be interesting to see where he ends up if it's widely expected that Tampa Bay will move him.
$25 million for a year isn't like over the top in price, but like for the trade package, because you know you're getting a 1 year deal for somebody who might get hurt because of his history. I wonder what the trade package would look like for Glasnow, given how talented he really is when he pitches.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see. The trade market hasn't been established for this current offseason yet, so it'll be interesting to see what the first one is that kind of sets off that shot.
Yeah, especially for somebody like Glasnow, who's got a good history when he is on the mound, so we'll see.
Yeah, and talking about trades, the biggest one we could talk about right now, really, there's a lot of talk and a lot of buzz on Twitter about how San Diego, the Padres, are in a position where they kind of need to trade Juan Soto this offseason, money-wise.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like it's going to be even more likely now with the news that their owner just tragically passed, Peter Seidler. He just passed away the other day.
Very true, rest in peace.
He was a big spender, so I mean, just from the baseball standpoint, you never know who's going to come in next and how much they're going to spend compared to him. But yeah, he was a game changer. Definitely he was one of the guys that took a small market team like San Diego and just spent money like a big market team, and
in
we didn't see
recent
it.
years with Machado and Xander and Tatis Jr. and Yu Darvish, there's a lot of big contracts.
The list goes on.
Most definitely. So he left his imprint on that franchise. It should be interesting to see how they kind of maneuver right now, because they did just take out that loan, as we've brought up a couple times on the show. And they kind of need to get money off the books.
Yeah, and I mean, now you're talking about if you don't trade Soto, he's going to expect a huge contract, and I don't think that they can afford it.
I don't think it's possible.
So
no. It sounds like they want young MLB-ready pitching right now. For some reason, I'm not really sure, but the Yankees, the Seattle Mariners, and the Chicago Cubs have come out as likely spots for that. It sounds like Seattle and Chicago aren't expected to be willing to deal those guys, but the Yankees might be. I was looking at it. I'm interested to see who they're talking about. Is it like Yoendrys Gomez, Randy Vasquez, Michael King?
It would have to be somebody like it would have to be like Clark Schmidt. And
maybe
others.
they want a Clay Holmes to close. I don't know.
I don't see the Yankees having enough to do it. Maybe they'll shock us and pull it off somehow. Because
Yankees making a deal for Juan Soto would be one of those like ones you're talking about for 10 years if they can sign him.
Oh, I mean, anybody that trades for Soto is going to give him a large extension. I think that's going to be like the impression that is made once they make that trade, because you got to keep a guy like that. I mean, like we're talking about, he's still not 25, or he is about to be 25. I mean, the guy's insane. He just won his 4th Silver Slugger. He always leads the league in on base, or he's near the top.
Played all 162 games this year, so he's going to be a workhorse.
Durable.
He's really the type of guy you want in your lineup for sure.
I'm not really sure why the Mets aren't on that list. I think they will be in on him if the market's right. I don't know how much they're willing to trade either.
Yeah, I'm sure this story will be developing by the day, so we'll definitely keep up with it. Super interesting that there is such a stacked free agent class, and we're over here talking about what could be a monumental trade.
Yeah, 2 parts of it, the trade market and the free agent market. It's you got to keep your eye on both.
A lot of fun news in this intro, and we haven't even mentioned Shohei Ohtani, so we will keep our finger on the pulse of the MLB offseason and keep you guys up to date. Time to move into who won the awards now. The first awards of award week were given out Monday night, and they were the Rookie of the Year awards. We thought this was a pretty straightforward vote. It was even more straightforward than we thought.
Yeah, I was not surprised with how the American League vote went. Gunnar Henderson had a three WAR higher than the second. Maybe it was even more than that.
Nah, it was 6.2 WAR to 3.6 in second, so it was nearly 3 full wins.
That's crazy.
Definitely huge. And your winner for the American League Rookie of the Year award of 2023 is Gunnar Henderson. He takes home that award unanimously, the first unanimous winner since 2017 with Cody Bellinger, gets every first place vote. Tanner Bybee has 20 second place votes, so he pretty much has a clean sweep of that as well. And then Tristan Cassis comes in third.
Yeah, it's the first Rookie of the Year for the Baltimore Orioles since it was Greg
Olson.
Greg Olson in 1989, so it's been quite a while. And the craziest part is when you say unanimous, man, because 2 people in the Orioles organization that won Rookie of the Year were Eddie Murray and the great Cal Ripken Jr., and neither of them won unanimous. And Gunnar Henderson did.
Yeah, both of them Hall of Famers, so should be interesting to keep an eye on Gunnar Henderson's career. He is racking up a lot of hardware.
Yeah, I mean, off to a great start. First year, you get a Silver Slugger and you win Rookie of the Year. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Played on a great 101-win team, and this will cap off a great season for him. Enjoy the offseason, Gunnar Henderson, because as a young rook, that contract keeps him locked in. All he's got to do is focus on playing good ball, and he should continue to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, no way to put some more confidence into yourself than winning Rookie of the Year unanimously.
Congratulations, Gunnar Henderson. Moving it on over to the National League now, and this one is not so much of a different story. I'm not going to lie, I didn't think this one would be unanimous, but it is. Your winner of the National League Rookie of the Year award is Corbin Carroll in 2023 for the Arizona Diamondbacks, taking home all first-place votes, as we said. Kodai Senga got 2 more second-place votes than Bybee did even, so he got even more of a second place. I thought Senga might get a couple first place votes, but he gets none.
I was surprised. I thought there would be 1 or 2, maybe a couple more that thought the year Senga had, because he led all rookie pitchers and basically everything. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get at least a couple votes for first place. But when you look at Corbin Carroll's year, and he had 25 home runs and 54 stolen bases, the first rookie to ever do that, I mean, it's pretty fair that he won it.
Yeah, and our third place finisher is James Outman from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Like you said, man, Corbin Carroll, he made history. First one to get 25 and 50 as a rookie. He absolutely deserves to be in the history books as the award winner, considering he's going to be in the history books as the only one to do that right now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy if you look down the list a little more that Nolan Jones got 2 second-place finishes and Matt McLean got a second-place vote. I'm not sure what these guys are watching that Matt McLean and Nolan Jones had more deserving Rookie of the Year type years than Kodai Senga.
That might have been a writer in Cincinnati
that's
right there.
Pretty crazy, though. I mean, what are we watching?
Nah, but our winner for the National League is Corbin Carroll, and your winner for the American League is Gunnar Henderson. Congratulations on fantastic years, and these guys should be fun to watch for a decade and a half.
Yeah, both in unanimous fashion. I mean, it's the first time I think this happened, the unanimous fashion thing, since, 2017 with Cody Bellinger and who won Rookie of the Year in the AL in 2017. I know it was unanimous. I just can't remember the name right now.
Yeah, but regardless, both of them going unanimously. These couldn't be more straightforward awards. And, it's hard to say they didn't deserve it.
Oh, I think it was Aaron Judge. It was Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger.
Right, yeah, and of course that's as clear-cut as it gets for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that was the last time there was 2 unanimous winners, and here we are in 2021. Corbin Carroll and Gunnar Henderson both do it.
Big shoes to fill, but congratulations to Gunnar Henderson and Corbin Carroll.
Absolutely. We're going to move on over to Tuesday's award, which was the Manager of the Year, and we're going to start with the American League. The finalists, as we said, were Brandon Hyde of Baltimore, Bruce Bochy of Texas, and Kevin Cash again from Tampa Bay. It seems like we're talking about him being in there every single year now.
Yeah, all these guys had really special years. This one was much more straightforward than the National League. The National League, man, those votes were all over. Nobody with double-digit first-place votes.
Yeah, I saw some Rangers fans upset with the voting in the American League. I'm not quite sure why. I think Brandon Hyde deserved this. He wins it rather easily with 27 out of the 30 first-place votes, and he gets all his other 3 votes were for second place. So easy win for Brandon Hyde with the 27 first place votes. Bochy gets the other 3 first place votes, and then Kevin Cash comes in third place, not getting a single first place vote. But
not sure why there would be any confusion here. He was only 3 votes away from a unanimous sweep. That's deserved for sure. The way he's managed over the last couple of years, he's really turned this ball club around for the better.
I think the argument from Rangers fans was that Bochy did have the most wins added at 22. I mean, the Orioles were a little bit better than the Rangers last year, if you remember. They were 84 wins to, or 83 wins to 68, and Bochy went 68 to 90, which is a huge jump. But I just don't know how we can say it's not Brandon Hyde. Nobody thought Baltimore was going to be, maybe they were a fringe playoff team when the season started, and Brandon Hyde took them to 101 wins, which is tied for the 4th most in Orioles franchise history, winning their division for the first time since 2014. I don't know how you could argue it.
No, fully deserved. That's not a knock on Bochy, not a knock on Cash.
It's also a regular season award. Bochy winning the World Series has nothing to do with it.
No, of course not. The votes are in before the postseason even begins, and that is why Brandon Hyde takes this one home handedly. Congratulations to him and the Baltimore Orioles for taking home yet another award. Yeah,
very well deserved for Brandon Hyde. We heard him talking last night. He said he was in a dark place when the Orioles were losing 110 games, and I fully believe him, man. That's got to be tough to get up every single day and lose, basically.
Yeah.
And he turned it around in 2 years. He went from 110 losses to 101 wins. Fully deserves it. Congratulations, Brandon Hyde. Now, we're going to move over to the NL, and like you said, it was a lot closer of a vote. The finalists were Skip Schumacher of Miami, Craig Counsell of Milwaukee, now Chicago, the Cubs, and Brian Snitker of Atlanta again, who won it last year, obviously, with his fantastic season from the Braves.
Yeah, really wild to see that nobody had double-digit first-place votes in this entire race. Everybody was really spread out here.
Yeah, Skip Schumacher is going to be your winner in the National League, as I thought he would be because of just how insane what he did this year was, if you think about it. He's a rookie manager taking over for Don Mattingly, who's one of the greats. He doesn't get what he expects from his ace. Alcantara has a high 4, maybe 5 ERA this year and goes down at the end. I mean, he's just gone through the playoffs. He had 2 starting pitchers, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he got
a lot of adversity dealt with this year by the Miami Marlins and Skip Schumacher.
And one of them was Braxton Garrett, who wasn't a starter when they started the year. So, I mean, and then Luzardo, who was a trade from 2 years ago. So, I mean, he really didn't have much to work with, and he won 84 games. He sneaks into the playoffs for the first time in a full season for the Marlins since 2003. I mean, if you take out that the COVID postseason in 2020 where they made it.
I personally had Brian Snitker for this award, who did add 3 wins to their 101 win season last year to win 104 this year. He got the same amount of first place votes as Schumacher with 8, but he did not get the same amount of second and third place love. And he ended up losing this award race by almost 30 to Schumacher. He was a third-place finisher.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy when you look at how the voting broke down. Skip Schumacher gets 8 first-place votes. Council only gets 5, but he finishes in second because he got 7 second-place finishes to Snickers 2. I mean, how are people saying that Torey Lovello should have 5 second-place votes and Snitker should not?
It's wild looking at Snitker's voting for sure. He's got 8 first-place finishes, 2 second-place finishes, and 2 third-place finishes. Not sure how, if you thought that the Braves weren't the best managed team in the NL, that you didn't think they were second or third.
Well, it's what I was saying the other day on the show, is that they were so good last year. They had 101 wins. I mean,
to say he's not second or third, though, that's surprising.
Well, he did finish third. I never would have said he shouldn't have been. I would have given him my second place vote, to be quite honest with you. I don't care that he won 101 games last year. To come back and win 104, it's incredible. I was giving the edge to Schumacher just because of the amount of adversity he had to overcome, while Snitker, I mean, we all knew his team. They really didn't get hurt much, and they just they were the best offense of all time in a regular season. So, yeah, it was kind of hard for me to give it to him, but he definitely would have been my second place finisher.
Yep, Skip Schumacher takes this one home. Congratulations to him, the rookie manager, taking it home in his first year.
Yeah, he looked elated when his name was called, too. I don't even know if he really expected to win the award, but here he is.
One of the best parts about awards season is watching these guys celebrate with their support systems that have been here the whole time, and we will get to do more of that on Wednesday and Thursday as the Cy Young and MVPs are given out.
Yeah, so your winners in the Manager of the Year award are Brandon Hyde from Baltimore and Skip Schumacher from the Miami Marlins. Congratulations to both men.
Congrats on a great 2023. See you next year. Thank you to everybody for watching and listening wherever you do. That was episode 50 of the 9 Frames podcast. It is Wednesday, November 15th, 2023. I have been Bill Whalen.
And I've been Mike Whalen.
And you can catch us, as always, on YouTube at 9 Frames Podcast. Our Spotify is 9 Frames, and our X is at 9 Frames Pod. Drop a follow, a like, a subscribe, a comment. Share these with your friends if you think they'd enjoy the show.
Yeah, we appreciate the constant support. The big 5-0, halfway to 100, man. And the awards week is going to continue to roll on. We got the Cy Young tonight being announced, and then we got the MVP tomorrow. So on Friday's episode, we'll be delivering the winners to you guys for both of those awards.
Been a pleasure covering the best sport on earth with you guys, and we hope to continue to do so into what should be a very hot offseason in 2023 and move on to 2024.
We'll see you guys on Friday.